Hello and welcome to another edition of Conspirator Brock's Pull List. This is my pull list for 2 weeks, the week of December 16th and December 23rd. Last week I did not record a pull list due to the fact that my daughter didn't want to go to bed and so was running around in her room, and Brody or something happened and she fell and busted open her nose. It's like a huge cut right here and blood everywhere, so we ended up having to take her to the ER to make sure there was nothing permanently damaged. So I was not able to get the pull list up, and I didn't have time with the holiday season and being so busy, especially last week with Star Wars coming out. Yeah, I have been a very busy guy. So right now I'm going to record an extra long pull list for you guys, and hopefully you enjoy it. I don't have my read copies from December 16th, but I do have my pull list, so I'm going to go through that real quick. First up on the 16th pull list is Batman and Robin Eternal number 11. I'm 11 issues behind. Next up is Batman Europa number 2 of 4. I haven't read the first one, but hey, it's Batman. I'm looking forward to reading it. Hopefully it's good. Next up we have Descender number 8. A couple issues behind on Descender, but I've really been enjoying it. It's been a really good book. Next up is The Goddamned by Jason Aaron. This is issue 2. Haven't read issue 1, haven't read issue 2. I'm really behind on a lot of my books just because of it's the holidays, a lot of stuff's been going on in my life, all that wonderful stuff. So yeah. Let's see what else we got. We got Harley Quinn number 23. Harley Quinn did come with Harley Quinn Little Black Book variant black bag, and I picked it up, but I already sorted it and it's all gone. So if you want to check it out, go online, find it, and you can. Next up is Imperium number 11. I'm a little behind on Imperium, but I've been enjoying it. It's a great title from Valiant. I highly recommend it. Next up is Ivar Time Walker number 12. It's been okay. It's not a great Valiant title. It's entertaining enough so that I keep going with it, but we'll see if I continue with it. Next up is Justice League number 46. The Darkseid War stuff has been awesome. I'm a little behind on the one-shots, but for the most part, the Darkseid War has been amazing. Johns has done a great job with the title. So yeah. Next up is Martian Manhunter number 7. A couple issues behind on Martian Manhunter. Enjoyed the first, the ones that I have read, so I'm looking forward to catching up with that. Next up we have Secret 6 number 9. Secret 6 has just been good. I've been enjoying it. Hasn't really done too much, but it's cool, interesting characters, and yeah. Next up we have Sex number 26. I think I'm about 3 or 4 issues behind on this, but again, it's one of those titles that it's good. I enjoy it. I'm just keep going with it. Then next up we have Teen Titans Go number 13. I just get this because Teen Titans Go is amazing, and the comic book's not that great, but for kids it's just a great book, so yeah. Next up we have Wrath of the Eternal Warrior number 2. I believe I read the first one and enjoyed it, so I'm looking forward to diving into issue 2. I did get a pop figure that came out last week, and that was the Swamp Thing pop figure. I thought it was pretty cool, so I decided to check it out. There it is right there. Awesome stuff. There is a glow-in-the-dark version of it. I did not want the glow-in-the-dark version, but I did want a Swamp Thing, so I did snag that up. So yeah, so that's it for the pull list for December 16th. I will have my read list as well on my blog post at conspiratorbrock.com. So if you want to check out what I read the week of the 16th, go there and find the post, and you can see the list. Yeah. So next up, tons and tons of stuff this week. Yeah. Let me dig in here real quick. Hold on. There's a lot of stuff this week. So yeah. Oh, so heavy. If you see the little black bar, you know what that means. That means it's a poly bag. That means it's Harley Quinn. So let me move this out of the way. So many comics. Yeah, you haven't been able to tell, I have a new location. My fiance and I have an apartment together, and yeah, my stuff is kind of still in transition. My comic book collection and most of my stuff is still at our old place. Yeah, so yeah, just run around like a chicken with my head cut off half the time. So, but let's get into the pull list for the week of December 23rd. We're going to be 2 days till Christmas. So first up was Aquaman number 47. I'm a little behind on Aquaman, but I've been enjoying the title. Going to keep going with it, so on and so forth. Batman and Robin Eternal number 12. So I previously had said I was 11 behind. Now I'm 12 behind. That's how fast things get just piled up. Next up is Bloodshot Reborn number 9, and that is my fiance calling, and I didn't silence my phone. Hold on. Oh, let's see. What do we got here? I'll answer it right here. Yeah, hello. Hi, I'm recording my pull list. It's okay. Sure. All right. I'll see you when you go. All right, bye. Love it when you get the phone call that says, "Don't get mad at me," because I'm probably gonna get madder. Yay! But I am getting a hot chocolate, so thumbs up there. Sorry for that little interruption. I don't have time to edit, so you have to deal with that. Okay, next up is Cyborg number 6. I've read, I think, the first 4, enjoyed them, so I need to get caught up, but for the most part, I've been enjoying Cyborg. Next up is the DC Comics Bombshells number 7. I love the Bombshells, as you can tell over here from my Harley Quinn holiday statue, which I still need to get the regular one. Yeah, it's cool stuff. It's nice Elseworld kind of stuff going on, but yeah. Next up is Deathstroke 13. I've been having to pick up Deathstroke recently, off and on, because Suicide Squad or Harley Quinn pops up in it. It's so annoying, but Deathstroke's not bad, but it's not something that's on my pull list all the time. Next up is Justice League of America number 6. So we're going to see what's going on with that. I'm behind by like I think 3 or 4 issues, so I need to get caught up. Justice League of America did have the Harley Quinn Little Black Book polybagged variant cover this week. So that means you get the color, you have the potential of opening this and getting the color version, the black and white version, or the sketch version. So the JLA Justice League of America is Joe Mad, and I got the color version. So there it is. It's awesome. Cool stuff. Next up is Outcast number 14. I'm a few issues behind on Outcast. It's a really slow book, but I've been enjoying it for the most part, so we'll see how long I continue with it. Next up is Raw or Ray number 12. Okay stuff. I enjoy it. It's kind of a change up, a little bit like a change of pace for what I normally read, but enjoy it for the most part. Next up is Robin, Son of Batman number 7. This is Robin War Part 5. I actually have to read a Teen Titans book this week because it's a part in this, I think. So yeah. Next up is Sinestro number 18. Sinestro is the only Lantern book I get right now, and I enjoy it. It's good. Next up is just variants. I did get the Superman, came polybagged with the Harley Quinn variant, and this one is, I can't remember his name, but he's awesome artist. And this is the color version of that cover. So you can get the color version, the black and white, or the sketch. That's it for my pull list. Again, my pull list is the stuff that I buy to bring home, to put in my collection, all that wonderful stuff. And yeah, so there's that. So let's get on to the read list. But I did want to mention some stuff that I did pick up for myself. Yes, I know, you're not supposed to shop for yourself during Christmas, but I did, because nobody else is going to buy this stuff but me. First up, I picked up the Journey to Star Wars, The Force Awakens Star Wars Shattered Empire trade by Greg Rucka. I enjoyed this miniseries. It was really good, and I really enjoyed the movie. So I'm in this mode where I want to absorb as much Star Wars stuff as possible. So I've actually picked up a couple of the novels that lead into the Star Wars Force Awakens stuff. There's like 6, I think, right now. The big one that we've talked about is Star Wars Aftermath, which I did snag today. I got it today. Thank you, Amazon Prime, for making it come so quick. And thank you, Albert Soy, for giving me a gift certificate to Amazon so I could get that. There was a couple other books, and I know there's one coming out next year, or there's two coming out next year. So I'm going to need to do some research, but looking forward to it. I need to get back into reading novels, so hopefully these Star Wars books get me interested. Then I've decided to pick up the hardcover versions of Harley Quinn Volume 1, Hot in the City, and Harley Quinn Volume 2, Power Outage. I need to get Volume 3, but I decided to snag those for my graphic novel collection for the bookcases that I will eventually have up and hopefully be the background for future videos. And then last week, it was either last week or the week before, Dark Knight 3 came out with hardcover single issues. They're $12.99 each, and I wasn't going to get it initially, but I guess it's the only really way I can get a Jim Lee cover on it. So there's these oversized single issues for Dark Knight 3, the Master Race. And it's obviously the sketch Jim Lee cover, which is okay, still looks awesome. For those of you lucky enough to get a Jim Lee cover, I hope you enjoy it, you bastards. But yeah, so this is the only way I could get the Jim Lee cover, so I think I'm probably going to end up picking Dark Knight 3 up like this. This does have the mini comics in it, not mini, regular size with this, so that's a bonus, so we'll see. But they're doing that for all issues of Dark Knight 3, so I snagged those up. And I did get a Funko figure this week that came in just because it's awesome, and I happen to be wearing the shirt of it right now. It is the Anthony Ant-Man Funko ride. Look at that thing. Sorry, there's a glare. Look, that's Ant-Man riding the ant. Anthony. That is awesome. This bad boy is huge. I'm not a really big fan of Funko figures. I get a couple of them here and there. Swamp Thing's a character I enjoy, and I like the figure, so I picked it up. But I really like their bigger figures, especially the dragons, and a couple of the other ones. I know I saw in previews a Rancor with Luke and the slave Olola. I can't remember her name, but I am definitely writing my name in the previews this month for that because I love Rancors. All right, let's get to the read list so we can get done with this sucker and get on with holiday festivities. Kind of a light read week. It's actually a really weird week this week. Marvel didn't have too many titles. DC had a decent amount of titles. Independent was kind of spattered. But yeah, it's kind of a weird week going into Christmas, but it is Christmas on Friday, so, and we have 1 week left in the year, or 1 Wednesday left in the year, so who knows. But first up is The Amazing Spider-Man number 5. I haven't been completely impressed with Amazing Spider-Man with the all-new, all-different. So I'm going to keep reading it, but if it doesn't keep my interest, I'm probably just going to drop it soon. Next up is Charles Soule's Daredevil number 2. The first issue was interesting enough, so I'm going to check out issue 2. Really looking forward to that. Next up is Extraordinary X-Men number 4. First 3 issues have been okay, so I'm still going with that one. New number 1 is Patsy Walker, aka Hellcat, or just Hellcat number 1. I'm going to read it. Not looking forward to it. Next up is issue 2 of 6, Jacked, the Vertigo title. I read the first issue and pretty good, so I'm going to check out issue 2. New number 1 from Vertigo is Last Gang in Town. No idea what this is about, so I decided to snag a copy and check it out and see if it's worth reading. Next up we have Star-Lord number 2. Again, this is Star-Lord as a younger person. And wasn't too impressed with issue 1, but I'll give issue 2 a shot. Next up is Star Wars Darth Vader number 14. If you haven't been reading Vader, you need to. You can go buy the first trade. I'm holding out for hardcovers or a nice omnibus of it, but it's really, really good stuff. Then I got the regular cover for Superman 47 to read because I don't want to damage mine. And then, the Teen Titans is 15 is a Robin War tie-in, not a part. I decided to give it the tie-in a try to see if it's worth it. We'll see. The Robin War stuff has been okay. I've been enjoying it for the most part, but we'll see how the tie-ins work. And then last up is Venom Space Knight number 2. I'm going to give number 2 a shot. See if it entices me at all. Hopefully it doesn't, because the first issue wasn't that great. Well, that's it. Sorry for the delay, and I'm going to apologize in advance. I'm most likely not going to have a pull list video up next week. My family and I are deciding to take a spontaneous trip up to Portland to get away from California, the Bay Area, and I have some friends up there, so it's going to kind of be an escape, see some good friends, and just kind of veg out for the week between Christmas and New Year's. We'll be gone like right after Christmas. I think we're leaving Saturday, Sunday after Christmas, and then coming back New Year's Day or the day after. So yeah, really excited. I love Portland. Portland is awesome. Hopefully going to be able to see a couple friends. Trip, if you're listening, I need to touch base with you and figure out something that we can do. I'm hoping to see my best friend who lives up near Seattle while we're up there as well. And yeah, so it's tons of fun stuff, which means I won't be around on Tuesday to get my books and do my pull list. So most likely what will happen is I'll do another double header the week after. Kind of this is the last week of books from last year, and here's this slew of books for this year. I won't be on the podcast this week either, which means we'll skip over my top 3 for whatever, but I'll probably get caught up with that on the podcast, so that's no big deal. But yeah, I did get a chance to see Star Wars, The Force Awakens on Thursday, the day before it came out. And it was good. I enjoyed it. I left the theater feeling like an 8-year-old boy. Like I hadn't had that experience with a Star Wars movie, and that's something that a lot of people have had. The older generation who actually got to see it when they were young and enjoy it, and because let's be honest, 1, 2, and 3 did not give anybody, well, maybe some young kids who didn't know any better, the experience of having an awesome Star Wars movie. But there were some problems with it. But I think that's due to just what they had to accomplish. They had to appease fans of the originals. They had to correct the thinking of fans of the 1, 2, and 3, and they had to make it so that new viewers had a good entry point into the Star Wars universe. So, difficult stuff to do. There was a lot of questions raised. Hopefully those get answered and they don't fall into the Matrix problem. But yeah, I highly recommend go seeing it in theaters. I'm hopefully going to be able to check it out today, the 23rd, later with my nephew, or my future soon-to-be nephew. Yeah, so I'm probably going to end up seeing it maybe 3 or 4 times in the theater, which, whatever, I enjoyed it. So, but yeah, a lot of cool little Easter eggs in it. You can look online to see who starred in it and who they were and all that stuff. It's pretty cool stuff, so yeah. But I highly, highly recommend checking out Star Wars. I'm going to be doing some research on some of the canon stuff leading up to Force Awakens, because it's pretty cool. So yeah. So that's it for this week. Thanks again for watching. Sorry again for having a delay for the last few weeks of the year. These kind of double header episodes. Yeah. If I get a chance, I'm going to try and hit some comic book stores while I'm in Portland, so I might have another comic book shop tour post on my blog at conspiratorbrock.com. Maybe go hunting for some stuff to bind. I need to get back into that. I haven't done it for like a year and a half or 2 years. I have a whole bunch of stuff that I just need to get taken down there to Herring and Robinson and get going on that. But yeah, hoping to have a good time. You can listen to me on the Comics Conspiracy podcast, which you can download at www.geekbox.net, or you can find it on iTunes. We did our Star Wars Holiday Special, which was our review of Star Wars we just recorded it, so go check that out. I'll have a link to it in the description here below. But yeah, definitely check that out if you're a Star Wars fan, or if you're just curious about what we thought about Star Wars. Other than that, I'm getting pretty tired. I still have to type up a full list of all of these comic books that I showed you. And yeah, so until I'm not going to see you next week, but I will see you the week after. So have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And yes, again, I will see you actually next year.